I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold or other reserve assets, except in amounts and conditions determined to be in the interest of monetary stability and in the best interest of the United States.
The thing that triggered our decision to go ahead and start a new party was Richard Nixon's announcement on August 15th of that year that he was demonetizing the dollar, taking us completely off the gold standard. And at that point, a small group of us looked at each other and said, well, it's time for a new party. The Republican Party sure doesn't stand for individual liberty anymore.
Well, the result of the Federal Reserve System has been a disaster. As to stopping bank panics, we had the worst run of bank failures the country had ever seen in 1933. Secondly, we had the worst depression the country had ever seen, ranging from 1929 up through the end of the Second World War. Nothing like that had ever been seen in this country before. And as for inflation, we have never had an inflation such as we have had since the end of the Second World War, where it has been constant inflation. So the Federal Reserve System has been an absolute disaster.
Special importance from 1971. I see this period of time of what I call a period of floating value, corresponding to, of course, the breakdown of the gold standard and the gold system and the floating exchange rate, but floating value where there are no values, no moral values, no political values, and we've had nothing but scandals in government and runaway spending and inflation, and therefore we have now brought ourselves to a crisis point which is coming to a climax, because it cannot continue. The status quo never continues. Something has to happen. We have two choices. We are going to move rapidly now toward totalitarianism, or the Libertarian Party is going to be victorious. I vote for the second.
The national debt is actually $4.2 trillion, which is $4,200 billion. That's over $17,000 for every American alive today.